everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is going to be a kind of recent favourites, kind of a March favourites, but some of them are from a little bit longer ago. It's just going to be like a general recent favourites sort of thing. I've got quite a few things to show you, which is exciting. I've got some skincare, makeup, some books, jewellery and crisps. I'm just going to get started on it. No particular order really. I'm going to start out with skincare because that feels logical to me. The first thing that I've been loving, I've posted about this a couple of times on my Instagram stories I think, the Ren Ultra Comforting Rescue Mask. This is the product that I always reach for when I feel like my skin just really needs a lot of help. Like, I used this last night, my skin was just feeling bumpy, a little bit irritated. You know when you feel like you just need to really reset your skin, you need something that's going to be very kind to it and just make it feel amazing again. This is very good for sensitive skin. If I do have quite like active breakouts, this is really gentle on them and it never hurts at all. I use this maybe 2-3 times a week. It's just really good for kind of like calming your skin down and just getting it back to normal when it feels a bit crazy. So next up, I've got these beautiful face masks. I'm an absolute whore for a sheet mask and I just can't help it. I love them. So the beautiful Maya Jama recently launched her brand Midge. Is it Midge or Meege? Meege sounds cooler, so I'm going to stick with that. And yeah, they very kindly sent me some to try. I've got one left in here and I'm like savouring it because I really need to order some more. But these are the Rejuvenating and Hydrating face masks. The packaging, first of all, obviously an absolute sucker for packaging. Bit of graphic design all over it. Pink and red is just the best colour combination in the whole world. So I did also try the under eye masks. They were okay, I didn't love them, but this I absolutely love. A lot of sheet masks, you kind of feel like they're doing something and then you take them off and you're like, did that do anything? This literally made my skin feel amazing. Very hydrating, but more of a kind of, hard to explain, but more of like a gel hydration rather than those just really wet ones that I feel like just make your skin feel really wet and then they just dry up. Absolutely adore these. I will definitely be ordering some more of them. And last but not least, for skincare products, I get a lot of questions about SPF and which ones I use and do I know of any that don't move your makeup. This is the Murad City Skin Age Defense. So this is an SPF 50. This is like an anti-pollution sunscreen, so perfect for people like myself who live in a city and are always kind of around cities and crowds and a lot of pollution. Something like this is amazing for your skin. Always wear Factor 50 on my face. I don't tend to really get my face in the sun that much, but I wear this every single day. Even if it's not super sunny, you still need to have SPF on. And yeah, this is perfect for if you want to put makeup over the top. The child outside, and they're very loud. Of course, a lot of SPFs can kind of move your makeup. They either leave like a white film that can kind of roll when you start putting products on top of it, but this doesn't move at all. This doesn't make like a weird film on your skin. It actually feels very moisturising when you put it on. It doesn't feel like it's drying out your skin and you don't feel like you've got sun cream on at all. So this is the best one. It is a little bit pricey, but definitely worth it. I've had it for about a year. You actually only need like the tiniest little bit of this. So yeah, if you are looking for a good SPF for your face, this is definitely the best one I've ever used. So that is it for skincare products that I've been loving. So moving on to makeup, I've got quite a few cool new products. Actually, most of the makeup products that I've got to show you today are actually new releases, so that's really exciting. So I'm going to start off with skin products. So I've got 2 new foundation products that I've been absolutely loving recently. So the first one is the Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint. I used this in my previous video and a lot of you were saying that you absolutely love this as well. This is kind of like a tinted moisturiser but very glowy. It also has SPF 30 in it, so it's like the perfect product for summer when you just want something to kind of brighten your skin up, give you a little bit of coverage and just a really beautiful glow. Kind of what I've been wearing every day at the moment when I just want something very natural, not too much coverage and something that just feels really comfortable on the skin. I'm going to be using this a lot, especially like when I go back to work and I just want something really easy to kind of make me look a little bit more alive, but I don't want to be kind of faffing around with loads of makeup products. Next foundation product, I couldn't possibly leave this out. This foundation has just gone crazy on the internet, as it deserves to. So this is the KVD Good Apple Foundation. You've probably been seeing this absolutely everywhere. I actually did the first campaign for this foundation, so I've been using this for probably 2-3 months. I actually got some of the first samples of them before everything was finished up just to try it and kind of give a bit of feedback. And yeah, I created a lot of the ads for the KVD website. They were on Boots and Sephora and stuff, so yeah, that was really cool. And I absolutely adore this. I use the shade Medium 027, and I know this is going crazy on like TikTok and stuff for being super full coverage, and it definitely is, but it doesn't need to be. That's the main thing that I love about this product. Anything that I can get multiple uses out of, I am all over it, and this is just perfect. So I have got it on today, but I used a kind of smaller, softer brush, and I only used the tiniest little bit. Still get that beautiful full coverage, but your skin does still look very natural and it doesn't feel heavy at all. So I know these are a little bit hard to get hold of at the moment, but yeah, if any of you do get the chance to try this, it is amazing, and I think everybody would absolutely love it. And next up, this is the highlight that I've been wearing every single day recently. This is the About Face Light Lock Highlight Fluid. I also use this in my recent video and it's just amazing. It's the shade Shaken or Stirred. First of all, the packaging is just stunning. All of the About Face packaging is beautiful. So it's actually a really big bottle. I think this will last me forever, and it's got just a little pipette on it. This is a very sort of champagne-y gold colour. This is also what I'm wearing today. It just is a really beautiful sort of wet look glow to the skin. It is blinding, but in like a really nice sort of wet glossy way rather than like a chunky glittery way. And the About Face products are just beautiful. I'm really hoping somewhere like Cult Beauty or somewhere in the UK is going to start stocking them soon, so I can kind of buy everything. Even when I don't have foundation, I've just been putting that on my skin, and it just like, oh my god, you get this beautiful like glowing from within, really healthy look. So yeah, absolutely adore that. But next up, I have actually got a product to kind of replace another favourites product I've been using recently. So my last few makeup videos for bronzer, I've been using the Body Shop Honey Drops, and I knew that there was a little bit of a problem with them either being discontinued in some places, the formula being changed. I just know in some places they've been a little bit hard to get hold of. Then I recently got a lovely package from Iconic London, and they have got the most beautiful, basically the same but actually kind of nicer product. So I was like, oh, thank god for this. These are the Sheer Bronze bronzers. So they're like a liquid bronze. I've also got this on today. I'm pretty much wearing everything that I can that I'm talking about today, just because I think it just makes sense. It's the shade Caramel Glow. So these are obviously the same as the sheer blushes they do, which I absolutely love as well. I used those quite a lot last summer, I think. I was like really into them. Very sheer, so you can really kind of build them up and you just get that really nice sort of glowy cast of colour rather than like a thick contoury bronze. So again, perfect for summer if you just want something. You can literally use your hands to apply these and just kind of build up a really nice glow all over your skin. So yeah, these are amazing. Then next up, I've got another cheek product. I am absolutely just a sucker for blush and bronze. It's just the best thing in the world. So I have spoken about this blusher a while ago, and I think I've used it in a few videos, but this is the Vive blush in the shade Pesca. So this is just the most amazing peachy shade. It's just stunning. I think this really complements a lot of makeup looks. I've got it on today, so it does look really good with like a bold kind of smoky liner. I've also worn this when I've done like coloured liners and like a one colour lid, and it just seems to complement everything. That really peachy tone in it just really works. These are a really nice formula as well, very easy to build, but at first you get just a really nice sheen of colour rather than some blushes which are just terrifying. The second you touch them, they're like, oh my god. Next up, I have got another product from Vive actually. This is a brand new launch from them. So these are the eye wands. These are what I'm wearing today as well, and I think I'm going to film a tutorial with them. Probably something similar to this, maybe a bit more of like a dramatic wing. But in here there are 6 of the eye wands. I really love that name as well. I think that's a really cool name. The ones that I'm wearing today are Hazelnut and Raven. So I'm just going to show you. This is Hazelnut, so it's just a really nice, quite warm toned brown. Really creamy as well, really easy to blend. So I'll show you on the back of my hand. You can see they're just super creamy. You can apply these straight onto the eye, or I tend to use a brush and just kind of take some of the product off and then do it that way. Absolutely stunning. This is the black one as well, and it is super, super pigmented, really, really black. Ooh. Easy to use as well, and they blend really, really nicely. So yeah, that's what I used to create this look today. And yeah, if you do want me to do a tutorial on it, please let me know. I'm thinking maybe doing like 3 looks with them or something. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, then last sort of makeup-y product are these beautiful brushes, which you've probably seen 100 times. I've been using these for about a month as well, I want to say. I've literally like lost track of time. I can't even think how long I've had anything, been doing anything, not even is time anymore. Doesn't exist. If you don't know already, these are the Katie Jane Hughes collaboration with Spectrum. If you don't know Katie already, you definitely should. She is the most beautiful makeup artist. She is the loveliest person as well. And yeah, she just did a collaboration with Spectrum. on these gorgeous brushes. I picked my ones that are clean to show you because the rest of them are filthy. But they do actually come in a really big set. There's a really good range of face and eye brushes. And yeah, I've been using these like religiously every single day since I got them. Really, really soft. Obviously they're this beautiful sort of khaki olive shade. The gold writing, they're just really beautiful, really like classy looking makeup brushes. And yeah, they work amazingly as well. Every single product that I've used them with, no matter what texture it is, everything just works really nicely with them. They're like soft but not too soft, so they do still hold product. But yeah, these are incredible, and I believe they're coming out with a smaller set of them. Not 100% sure when that is, so yeah, if you want to know, go over to her Instagram and she kind of posts about it all on there. But yeah, they are absolutely amazing and I love her to bits. So I think that's it for makeup products. Definitely forgotten something and I'm going to watch this and be like, oh shit, should have put that in. But that was all that kind of came to my mind off the top of my head that I absolutely have loved recently. Now, moving on to jewellery. This is something that I get asked about constantly. I absolutely love jewellery. I find it very enjoyable and I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by the jewellery they wear, so I always find it a really interesting way of kind of like expressing yourself. So, some of you will know, some of you may not, because I've had quite a lot of new people here recently, which is lovely. So over the past, oh my god, maybe a year or so, just over a year I think, I have brought out 3 jewellery collections with Stax. Stax are just the loveliest company in the whole world, and Anna, who owns it, is just a dream. And yeah, I've been so lucky to be able to create 3 collections with them. I do have a video on my channel of the first collection, I believe, where I went through all the pieces, and then we went on to create that entire collection in silver as well, because there was a lot of demand for silver. The most recent collection that we did, always wearing it, and people are always asking me about it, and I always just assume that people know where it's from, but obviously you don't. So I'll show you a couple of my favourite pieces from that collection today. So starting off with rings, I've got a few of them on here. So first up on this hand, I've got this lovely little gold. When I first saw the design for this, I was like, oh my god, it looks like pasta. It's a pasta ring. And then everyone on the shoot was like calling it the pasta ring, and I was like, anyone who knows me, I would eat pasta every single meal until I died. So yeah, I just thought that was really cute. They've got like a little pasta ring. There is a silver version of this as well, but this is the gold one. So really cute, like really nice little details. Does look like a little piece of pasta. And on the other hand, I think this is my favourite ring from the whole collection. So this is a beautiful signet ring, quite a nice chunky one. And then it's got a snake in gold here. So where the first collections were exclusively gold and then a silver collection, with this one we wanted to kind of play around with the mixed metals sort of thing a little bit more. I love mixing gold and silver. I know it's not for everybody, but it's something that I really like in jewellery. But we do a couple of pieces where they are mixed on their own. Another ring here, so there is also a gold version with a silver snake, so if you kind of prefer gold slightly more but you want like a touch of silver in them. But yeah, I quite like wearing the silver one with the gold because I think it really picks out the gold in the other jewellery that I wear. And then on this finger I've got this hammered gold kind of signet ring shape again, quite a nice chunky heart. I did that in silver as well. Quite a lot of these pieces there's options of gold and silver. I really like the hammered effect on it. It just adds a little bit more interest to quite like a simple classic design. Ones that I wear kind of the most often. Oh my god, look at my little swatches. And yeah, I just love these. Moving on to my ears. I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to try my best. In this ear, I wear these earrings all the time, like constantly wearing these, and people are always asking me where they're from, and they are from my lovely Stax collection. So these are like a chunky kind of square shaped hoop. These are really, really good. I love wearing really chunky jewellery anyway, obviously, and these are just a little bit different. I really like the kind of square shape of them. These have got the most amazing little sort of indents and cutouts from them. Again, like a really nice kind of take on the huggy hoop. So they do hug your ear, so they're quite nice to wear every day. A little bit more funky, and I absolutely love those. And these are kind of a mixture of the older collections. I will link everything that I'm wearing anyway down below. I've got my little opal one, my plain gold ring, this little oval diamond, and then the little 3-stud one. I've got this beautiful big conch one. Really love this one. It's like a little ball and then 3 slightly smaller balls. I'm going to show you these ones as well. I absolutely adore these. They're like super chunky. They give me very like vintage, like, you know, cool nan earrings. Super chunky, and they just like clip into place like that. They're like really fun. They always make me feel like I feel like an Italian vintage mum. It's a very niche vibe to be going for, but you know, not one that I'm opposed to at all. With all 3 of the collections, the main sort of aim was to be able to create a curated ear with any of the pieces. So I've got kind of a mixture of all 3 collections going on, and they just all work together. We wanted to make something that would appeal to a lot of different people, whether you only have one piercing, whether your ears are full up, whatever, they all look amazing together or on their own. Last but not least, I want to show you this. I'm going to go full Dwayne Johnson on you right now. But this is the chain that I wear every single day. You probably see this in like every video and every picture that I ever post. I actually haven't taken this off since the shoot in December. This is just a lovely little sort of snake chain. I really love these and I really wanted to include one of these in the collection. And there is a silver option for this as well, but yeah, I never ever take this off. These are lovely because they just lay really flat. They don't really tangle with any other necklaces because they're quite chunky and flat. But yeah, I literally don't take this off. This is my favourite piece ever. You know what, I'm going to leave it out. What would Dwayne do? He would leave it out. That's it for the pieces that I wanted to show you. I always get tagged in a lot of pictures of you lot wearing the collection and stuff, and it's just so surreal to see people wearing the things that you just love and that you kind of created so long ago. I'm very happy that you all love the collections as much as I do. We'll leave a link to all the collections down below anyway. But yeah, that's it for jewellery pieces. Next up, quite a random one. Very close to my heart though. Absolutely love snacks. Like, they're my favourite thing in the world. I think I would happily just eat snacks. Like meals, no. Snacks, yes. So these are hummus crisps. They're called hummus chips, but I refuse to say that word because I'm painfully English and it just hurts me. Hummus chips. The chili and lemon flavour, 10 out of 10. They also do tomato flavour, also 10 out of 10. I mean that, I really do mean that. Those scores are not an exaggeration, they're amazing. Also, I couldn't get into this, so like a small child, I had to cut the top off. If you have the strength of anything other than a 9-year-old child, you should be able to open the bag. They are gluten-free, vegan, no added sugar, the absolute lot. So nice. I'm gonna have one now. You can't stop me, don't try and stop me, don't. It's so nice, so nice. Is this ASMR? Might be. I've got crisps in my teeth now, mind your business. But last but not least, I have got a few books to show you. These are ones that I have read recently, and there's one that I just don't think I've ever spoken about this. I probably have. So first one, this was the most recent book that I read, and this hurt me. This is Eleanor, Oliphant is Completely Fine. Probably seen this quite a lot. This is quite a cult sort of book. This is one of them that everyone has read. This ages ago, and I just didn't read it because I didn't think I was going to like it. I think it was mainly the cover. It does nothing for me. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me feel anything. Is that shallow? Probably. But something about this just did not appeal to me, and I thought, I'm not going to like that. I'd kind of run out of books to read, so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try, whatever. Then at least I can say I've read it. I literally wanted to cry when I finished this. Books that really makes you kind of think about like life and how you view people. I won't ruin it, but this is basically about a girl who's really lonely and a lot of things happen to her in her life, and just kind of how the kindness of other people can make you kind of come out of your shell and realise the way that you feel about yourself isn't entirely true. Yeah, it's a lot about kind of like the actions of other people and loneliness. Yeah, there's actually a really nice like sort of little twist at the end, and it just made me feel really happy. My heart felt very warm. I'm going full Avon lady on you all, and you have to read this. I will come and knock on your door with this and I will sell it to you because I love it so much. If you haven't read this already, please do. Next up, this was the book that I read before I read that one. This is the Prison Doctor Women Inside, my mum's book actually, and she was like, oh, do you want to read this? Because like I said, I've literally run out of books. I need to do like quite a big order of them. I started reading it, I thought, I swear I've read this. Like, I'm so sure that I've read this. Turns out I'd read Amanda Brown's other book. So she has a book called Prison Doctor, which is just about general prison, and then she's done a more specific women's one. This is really nice, actually like quite a short book, so quite easy to read. So yeah, she's obviously a doctor in a women's prison. Self-explanatory. Very interesting about like a lot of the women who are coming in and out of the prison for like the span of like 10 years. And actually learnt quite a lot about women's prisons from this. I watch a lot of prison documentaries, but it's not always something that I read about, but I find it just so interesting. Actually women's prisons, there's a lot about like the baby units and stuff in women's prisons. I just think it's really interesting. Yeah, if that is the sort of thing you're interested in, give this a read. It's very easy to read, like the words are huge in it, so it's actually, they don't look that big there, but they are big. Just a nice sort of short read if you just want something kind of interesting, nothing too heavy. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Next up, this is a kind of another sort of fairly small read. This is My Sister the Serial Killer. Really enjoyed this, I really did. It's very different. Obviously I read quite a lot of sort of crime books and I'm very into like sort of murdery things and whatever, but this was very different. It's a kind of a different approach to murder thing. Crime books that I read are very like dun dun, you know, it's like so dramatic and stuff, but this was just a more, I don't know, it's hard to explain. If you've read this book, you'll know what I mean. It's more of like a laid back, honest kind of personal view of what's going on. Definitely unlike any other book that I've read. I really enjoyed this, and again, quite short. I read this quite quickly. If you want something that's just a shorter read, but still really interesting and something that you can kind of get your teeth into, but it's not a massive book, definitely recommend this. I really enjoyed this. I read this a really long time ago actually. I might reread it. So there we go. That is everything that I've been loving recently. Hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoy doing favourite videos. I just find it really fun to sit down and just be like, I love this, I love this, I love you, I love you, I love you all. As always, everything that I have mentioned will be linked in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for being here as always. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, wherever you are, and I will see you all very soon. Love you.